This is workers and resources. I have to kind of remember where I was from last week, but I started the construction area. I actually got gravel up and running, which is huge early game. And this is going to be where I think my first town will be, somewhere over here next to this water area for sewage. So early game, there's not much going to be going on here. It's a lot of planning, and it's going to be creating all the construction materials I need. So I think I'm going to be I'm in the process now of creating a concrete plant and an asphalt plant. These are going to be all my materials for the base construction of sites. So each construction has certain stages of construction. So there's groundworks, which always will be concrete, gravel, asphalt, and workers. So this is a slot for excavators here. So all of this whole first construction phase will be covered by my own materials, which is going to save me some cash. And obviously the graveling of roads, which is huge, which I've already started. So I've got power up and running over here to this area. I probably will want to gravel some more of these roads now that this is done. He is bringing gravel to unfinished plumbing. Oh, because yes, I need water for the concrete plant. So this is definitely gonna get some pollution. I think I'm gonna keep this solely. This is really close to this asphalt plant, which produces pollution. I wonder why I did that. That seems awfully close, actually. Yeah, less than 300 meters, 250 meters. This is going to get affected by the pollution from here. Which means if I keep it just for this plant, that'll be fine. But this will not be a great source for drinking water. It'll cost a lot more in chemicals to clean this water if it's polluted, if I'm starting with a worse source. So I'll probably end up making a separate water solution here, and these factories will be getting drinking water from my technical office and a water truck. So this guy basically will drop water off for these people whenever they need it right here. So water quality 99, he's getting it from the border. When I do get a chemical plant up, I could have this this technical office pick up the water from my source of clean water instead of purchasing it. And then currently I have sewage, I have waste being dropped off outside the border, so these are costing me money. Everything costs money in this game. So I don't know if it's probably under here about water, so you can see. I mean, I don't think for running factories it's going to be very expensive at all. Same with sewage. I don't think I'm going to get dinged very much for just a couple factories here, so it's worth it to just pick this up from the border, I think, instead of building a whole infrastructure down here for fresh water. Now, if I expand this area and get more workers in for various buildings, that would maybe make sense. Man, I really don't even like that intersection. It's a 5-way intersection. I actually hate that, but it'll have to do for now. Alright, so the next plan is to just finish this construction zone. Let's get the rest of these materials in. It looks like I've assigned everything to them already, so they should be being worked on. Heavy equipment as well, so any cranes that I have, which I do have here, yep. Oh, I don't have workers assigned to this stuff yet, so I think what I'll do is I'll wait for the rest of these bricks to be dropped off, and then I'll assign the workers. These are ready for workers. That has all the materials. The same with here, so I could actually assign the workers to finish these. And then when... Oops, no, I don't actually want that. Cancel. When this is ready, so this has all the groundworks to go through, and this is assigned. So all of these trucks should be busy picking things up. Yep, concrete, you're going to get concrete. So this is all good. I'm going to let this run. Let's go normal speed for now. And then I will have to plan out the town. So this is kind of a big task. Here's my elevation. So I guess this is kind of a high point. Oh no, it's okay. It goes up. It goes up all the way to this mountain. So that's fine. And then all the way down to the slope. So this is a good area for like a sewage. Now, this is also going to be polluted, so I don't necessarily want to build. I probably could go closer to this side. And I don't want my town too far. You know, the one thing that we don't know about is where any other resources is. So my first town, I'm probably going to build a food factory and or an explosive factory. I think I was looking at last time. This is a little expensive. 60 tons of steel, 246 tons of concrete. But again, if I'm using my own concrete, that's not that terrible. I will have to import. I'll be getting the water. I'll have to import. What does concrete use? Like the cement. Concrete has a few requirements. So yeah, cement is what I have to import. Water I'm going to have. Gravel I have. So that's not going to be too bad getting that much materials in for that building. So explosive factory is definitely a good way to go. The other things I'll need is wood. Oh, I don't even need crops actually for that. It's just wood and chemicals I'll have to import. So here's what we could see as well is the cost of chemicals is 874 per ton. And explosives sell 1,200 per ton. Now, how much chemicals does it take? I don't think it's a 1-to-1 ratio, probably. Okay. Consumption maximum production. So, for every 1.1 tons, let's just round it down, of explosives, I'll need 0.75 tons chemical. So, it's actually making a little more than 1-to-1. As far as chemicals go. Gravel I'll own. Wood I could own with a small workforce and a small investment. It doesn't say I need water going to this factory or anything. I will produce hazardous waste, which I have to cart off, and mixed waste. This is very viable. I could get wood up next instead of crops. And then import chemicals. Now, I'm not going to be making a ton of money until I start making chemicals, and that isn't going to come till later. I have to unlock chemical plant, and that's behind a tech university, which is expensive. And I don't think they have a small tech university in the game at the moment. So they only have these fairly large universities. I would not call these early games, especially this. If you look at the work days and the 160 tons of steel. This is what I would go for first, is the small headquarters of the party. So way cheaper, 17 tons of steel, very, very buildable. Doesn't need as many workers, and this I could research some other basic things that I'll need. Is this a commissioned scientist? Are you him? Yes. So anything in red is going to be the party headquarters, what I'll need for the party headquarters. So this is power, that's later. Foreign pipe connections later. Monuments is important, but I need to unlock a tech university slot for that. The thing I'm going to go for first with this is definitely going to be not tourism, although tourism is an option since that is early, is definitely the distribution offices. These are key. I won't need containers until way later. This is great, but I already have fire set to normal. So that's not... It's really... The only thing I'll get out of this is actually really just early game as distribution office. I've never done tourism. Maybe it's worth it to look into this. Because chemicals and trash separation, that's another thing that I'll need. This is probably the second most important thing, if not the first, but it's locked behind the Tech University. I really would love to know where resources are on the map. So until I get this unlocked, I won't be able to see where resources are. I could be building over resources, and that wouldn't be good. So explosives, I think it might be for now. And then the town here, my first town will be fairly close to the border then. I still will want farmlands. I don't have a ton of area to build farmlands, but maybe out this way could be my farm area. I don't have very much space at all. Probably should have thought of that, actually. Yeah, I could probably get like 8 fields here or so. Maybe I could kind of plan this just in case I want to go into farming, so I don't block this area. Let us turn on grid. And if I could get at least 8 of these big fields. Now, I probably won't end up building these farms until I need the crops, but in the meantime I could just place them so I know I don't want to cover this area with other buildings. And I could always tear this up if I end up finding resources under here. It might be worth tearing up. If there's oil or iron or something under here, I might need to do that. That is probably the biggest farm I'm going to get over here. I could place the farm right here and a gravel road. A gravel road down this way. Yeah. And then if I need to kind of carry this farther down the road, if I need to head that way, I can, and then I could off this main road. This is going to be my main road right here. I'm eventually going to pave this into 2 one-lane roads with asphalt, since the vehicles will travel much faster on an asphalt road than gravel. Obviously, mud is the slowest. Mud is the absolute worst road to have, but it's free. But if it rains and the vehicles are traveling on a mud road, they slow down to almost 0. So it's really terrible to have mud roads around. How's this construction going? You just need 4 more work days, so that's about done. You need 37 work days. And my underground pipes are being built as well. This water is going to be important to get the concrete plant up. So this pipe needs some more steel. I do have equipment assigned to this. Same with this. This could use workers. The workers are definitely going to be my choke point until I get my own workers in. But that's going to be really expensive. But that's what I'm going to work on now, essentially. So until we get our own workers living here, we have to go to the border and pick up foreign workers for each and every job. And this bus probably just dropped off foreign workers to one of these job sites. I'm not sure which. Oh, this one right here. So you can see they're in the process of building this pipe out. And then he'll probably drop workers off here next. This may or may not finish with the one load of workers. And we're still getting gravel here, which is great. We already have 80 tons. So that's really good news. Gravel's coming from here, being processed here. Yeah, so we'll be able to pave as many of these as we want moving forward. In fact, I think I'm going to probably pave this guy. This is going to be a very traveled road. All of these actually will. So I think I'll probably do that now. But I'm going to temporarily disconnect some of these roads and then the path. I'll let these workers go to work first. Okay. So these guys are going to be they're not going to be able to get to work for the time being until this is paved, which is fine. Can I get rid of this node? Yes, I can. Okay, so now this is one street that could be handled with gravel. Oh, you know what? That's not going to work at the moment because they need to get the gravel from here. So I'm going to have to temporarily tell these guys to pick up gravel from the border just for this one piece. That's a little annoying. I forgot about that, but let's just get this out of the way now then. While I'm waiting for workers. So now, hopefully these trucks see this job. They should pick it up automatically. Yep, there they go. So I have them looking for roads and footpaths automatically. And they will drop off the gravel here. And then when they do that, the bulldozer will be dropped off by this truck. So yeah, early game is very, very micromanagey. You have to literally build and gravel every single road and build every single building and pipe and sidewalk. But as you get further into the game, you could automate things with distribution offices, and you could really get everything kind of humming along on its own, which is pretty rewarding, actually. And why sometimes I love the complexity of this game, because if you set it up right, it can kind of work on its own. That's really cool. Alright, so where I'm setting up my first town. Here's a great area too for logging. So there's a lot of trees here. So that is a great spot for my first logging camp. So let's build it around that, since wood is another thing I need for my explosive factories. So let's set up a little wood cutting post right in the forest here. And I can't even see if I'm placing this. Did I place it? Nope. I think it was starting to level out the ground a little bit. Okay, right here, 61%. That's fine. It's on a bit of a hill, so this is going to be fun to create a road off of. Yeah, you can see how that's red, so it's not going to like the steepness of this, so I'm going to have to kind of flatten this out a little bit. Smooth. In fact, let's level it. There we go. Okay, that should be good. Hopefully. This game can be very finicky with... Perfect, okay. With the roads on hills, on slopes sometimes, it does not always like it. So even here, smooth it out a little bit. I'm surprised I can't just make it down the the whole way with this, but let's smooth it out just a little bit more. Okay, let's see how that works. Yeah, see, it's a little finicky, Alright, I can just do it in pieces here, which is fine. There we go. Alright, so there's my logging camp. And from there, I will have... And actually, I don't need lumber, unless I want to use it for building materials, which I could do down the road. But I can, for now, just use the logs directly. And let's get a nice road going back to the main road. Yeah, so for the explosives, I won't need lumber. Now I'm gonna want lumber as it's a very main construction material that all buildings use for the most part. Alright, so that's gonna be my main road. I think this is gonna be good. This doesn't create pollution. I don't think the lumber mill creates pollution. Max power consumption. Oh, environmental pollution, 1.2 tons per year. It's very, very low compared to, say, a fabric factory. 8.2 tons. Clothing is 4.4. I mean, it's not nothing. Gravel is 2. Processing plant is 12 tons per year. So, yeah, it's not necessarily low. So I don't want to have the lumber mill directly near my people. But I could have it like down the road this way, and then my town over here. So let's plan on that. Let's plan on having at least, I don't know what the distance is for pollution, but you can measure using this tool for measurement, and you could take at least a guess. So I think, so this is 600 meters away if I build the lumber mill there. Let's say 500. I think it might be like 300 meters would be considered acceptable for a small amount of pollution, but let's just play it safe here and do like 500. I'll put the houses right here-ish. So I'm gonna have this road go out still. And then this road will be my cutoff for how close I want the housing. Let's get rid of that node. Now, this is something I'm going to want to pave, this entire piece of road. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Let's get rid of this node again. Make sure there are no other nodes. So I'm going to get them started on that right away. Hopefully this is done. Yes, okay, so that's done, meaning I could tell my trucks, I could hook these things back up and tell my trucks to get gravel from here again, so they won't go to the border anymore. I'll hook up this road back, and I'll hook up my paths back, so my workers could get there. Oh, I hate that angle. So now my bus should drop workers back off here. They haven't been producing gravel. And they will soon. So this is ready to be built. I could get asphalt up and running, which would help. Not for paving roads yet, but for getting ready to build my town when that's ready. So asphalt will be good to go. And then I'm going to have this graveling done. So right, there's a node there. Let's get rid of that. I want this whole piece to be done in one run. That, I guess I could actually have 2 of these being done. Hopefully my road construction vehicles find this. So this is going to take 245 tons of gravel, and this will take 170. That's a lot, and I don't have that at the moment. Now that my workers are back here, though, I'm going to be creating more. So hopefully I'm creating enough, fast enough for these jobs to complete. But yeah, see, I'm already at 90 tons. This is going to go real quick. 10 tons per load of these trucks. It's only 10 truckloads. So hopefully these guys are doing their thing. 25 tons here. Oh, there's no workers here yet, so that was just a waste of a trip. I could have them wait to unload, which would save me gas and they would just stay there, but what happens is if both trucks are waiting to unload here, it ends up being a bit of an issue because it blocks fire department trucks from coming in if there's a fire here, and police for later on, which isn't an issue now, but could be later. I also have waste filling up, but I should have a waste truck already. Did I get that? Actually don't know if I have a waste truck. I'll have to see if that stops working when the waste fills up. I'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, so we're already out. We're already down to 40-something tons of gravel. So I'm hoping that these trucks drop another 50 tons off. I mean, at least these will get started. Because that's going to take a minute. Anyway, while they're doing that, I'm probably going to be waiting on gravel for a little while. Continue to plan my first town here. So I'm going to use these large residentials, 94%, 150 workers for each building. And I'm probably going to do what I normally do and build my buildings around the outside, and then everything, all the amenities, the supermarket, the movie theater, the sports complex, everything that they need will be kind of in the center. And the walkway will kind of go around in like an L shape, which is typically what I end up doing. So I can go angled or I can just go straight. And I think I'm going to actually go this direction with these guys. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. Up and around this way. So let's try that. I'll start up this first. Let's do, so it's 150 per house. These are going to be pretty close. I don't know. Is this too close? That might be. It's fine. Fuck them. First town, they're not. These people aren't going to be super happy. So I got a block of 6 there, and maybe I could get a block of 6 down this way now. Closer than I thought. Now there don't need to be road connections with these because trucks will deliver things via the paths. And I guess I'll go right up to the highway here, huh? That's fine. Let's get rid of that path though. And let's get probably rid of that node that it created. Oh, okay, of course. So now I'll do the footpath. And I'll do a nice curve here. This is where you can start spending a lot of time fiddling with how the paths look. I'm not going to go too crazy, but as long as it's a pretty neat curve, I'm happy with it. So these buildings should be able to reach everywhere that they need with this main path. Probably will even curve that into this one, into this last home. And then maybe this one will be curved here, but I think I want to have a path walking over here so that the workers could just work. Actually, that's probably pretty far. Maybe I'll have a water treatment plant over here or something that the workers could walk to. For now, this is good, so what I'll do is I'm going to tell my dumpers to start building that path when they're done with this road. I don't want them driving along the mud road, so I'm going to wait till this is all done. This only needs 50 tons more gravel. This one hasn't even started yet, and I'm probably empty. Yeah, I have 0 tons of gravel. So we are going to be running a little behind on gravel, so this is going to be processed hopefully pretty quickly. Yeah, this is annoying me that it's not waiting. Because the second the workers leave this building, they don't wait. I'm going to have him, I think I'm going to change this functionality to just wait there. It's wasting too much time right now. So unload, wait till unloaded from now on. It just makes sense. So this truck will stay here and empty out. Even if there's no workers, he's going to wait. So when the workers do eventually come, which here they come now, when the workers do get in here, this truck is just ready to go. So you can see how fast it's emptying out now. So it makes sense to have them wait for now. They won't be there long, considering I'll always have workers coming. Sometimes they kind of miss each other, and then the truck ends up not waiting and just turning around with almost a full load. So then he comes back here and, fills back up, but yeah, they should both wait now. So here comes workers. These guys now will probably sync up pretty well. These workers are coming, this truck is coming. There's another 25 tons. So that was perfect. And he's gonna dump his whole load. I like it, okay. And now we got another 25 tons in there. Now I think gravel is produced 1-to-1. Actually, not quite. It's 120 tons of quarried stone gives me 82 tons of gravel, so it's not 1-to-1. So I'm not quite getting 50 tons for each of these truckloads. So this is already at 0 again, but I knew I'd be waiting on that a little bit. I got another 2 dump trucks full. Will give me at least this piece finished. So I can continue planning over here. So let's go with this front residential areas first. I have that. Now my grocery store is next. I think I'm probably going to do a combination. I could do a small grocery store and then a small clothing store. But this shopping center, these both would do. This one is going to be a lot better, considering it holds 2 tons of meat. It has a bigger inventory for clothes and food, and it only needs 3 more workers to serve a lot more visitors. And that's pretty huge, but I think I'm okay with that. This food thing is going to go basically... I want the factory to be dropped off. This is always the tough part. So this connection right here, this yellow connection, is it's a factory connection. So what I'll end up doing is putting a warehouse attached to this so I could hold even more stocks of food. Logistics are super important in this game. So I'm going to need extra storage just in case for some reason my trucks get tied up or they break down. There'll be enough food in that warehouse to continue feeding my population. And you can see here now that they added this to the game, which I love. So you could hover over a walkway, and before it's even built, it'll tell you that these people could reach it. So you could see 334 meters on the right-hand side here. That means people from that far right housing will be able to reach this supermarket if I build it here, which is exactly what I want. So I'm not exactly sure what the limit is on this walking distance, but it increases the more you pave and build. So Walking speed 87%, 95%, 100% with the paved footpath with lamps. Anyway, that's later game when I want to build that stuff right off the bat. That'll be good. Now I could build it here. I don't think the pollution... I don't know if pollution would matter for people visiting, but it could matter for the workers here, so maybe I'll keep it on this side of the road. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something like this, okay. So let's do that. And I don't want to have another road going directly to the main road. I don't want to have a lot of intersections, so I'm gonna do a road off my side road, and then if I could fit a small factory here, that would be ideal. Man, it's been a minute. General cargo. Warehouse, okay, so that's way too big. I don't need a very big warehouse. This is probably plenty. Yeah, that's good. And this will fit, so do that. That works right here. So now trucks can come up this road from my main road, drop off meat directly to the supermarket and any dry goods here. This is going to have to be paved. That connection there. And like I said, I'll have them work on this path next. So there's the grocery store, food, clothing, meat. Pub is going to be pretty not important initially. So let's get the cinema down. I have a couple options for culture. I don't know what is the best. There are cheaper buildings, like this gallery of art I could put. It does need road connection. The cinema doesn't, but it's a little bigger. So that's fine. I guess I could probably just squeeze the cinema, and I don't have to connect this road. Firefighters will come and come and service this cinema regardless if it's connected to road. So I think I'll do here, and then I could do a path up. This alignment is going to kill me, but this works. So what I'll do is, just so I know, I'm going to have like a path back there. So here's my cinema. Let's keep going to the right here. For sport, I usually do the indoor pool, which I think I'll stick with. Yeah, it's pretty cheap, and I could do that right on this path as well. Also doesn't need a road connection. It has one, but it doesn't need it. So that's where that will live. So I got my supermarket, my pool, my indoor pool, and my cinema. So culture, sport, food, and all these other amenities. That's it for this area. The pub, I'll have to revisit, but they do get pretty pissed without a pub, so I'll probably put that near the kindergarten since, you know, fuck it. Kids piss people off most of the time, so yeah, I could do this right here. This will need a road connection because you have to deliver alcohol to the pub. So probably right here, as long as I could reach that last building, which I can. I'll do the pub here. And then what I'll do is I'll bring this road a little farther up. And then the road will come through here. So this road is going to be pretty busy with deliveries for booze, for food, for meat. So that's good. That's all my deliveries on that side. Now my clinic, if I go to this next thing, this is all my other fun stuff. So I'll need another fire station. Unless, how far could this guy reach? Yeah, he won't be able to reach. At least I don't think. I don't know if that's paved, they'll be able to reach all my buildings. I don't know if I want to take a chance either. Let's do a test here. Let's build this out a little farther. And I'll put a building, any building will do. let's see if the fire station could reach that. I had it selected, of course. Now it can't. So I'm going to need another fire station, which is fine. That could go anywhere, though. I will have to be within walking distance, but I could even have them cross the street to, like, I could have an underground walkway. I probably won't need to do that, but that will definitely need a road access. So maybe on this side, I think they'll be able to work. So let's do that first. That will have to be hooked up before I start building, because if these things set on fire and I have no way of putting them out, you just lose them. There we go. So this will definitely have walking access to not that far building, but it doesn't matter. As long as someone could employ that fire station, we're good. It wouldn't be bad if it was closer to the main road. But that's life. Okay, so this building, this road is done. They're working on the second road now. So they're going to have paved road right up to my town, which is great. And my gravel situation is still looking okay, actually. It's not 0. Probably because these trucks are just waiting here now, yeah. This guy should be on his way soon. Now you're only filling up. That's fine. Yeah, that's another truckload. So yeah, it's definitely the bottleneck right now of my construction system, but as that keeps going, when I'm idling, it will fill up. And these don't take nearly as much gravel. 22 tons of gravel, 16 tons, so these roads take the majority of the gravel, so that's fine. So let's keep going. I have my fire station. I will need kindergarten, 120 kids. So how much would I have? 150. Each one of these is 150. So 300, 600, 900. Okay, so it's 1,800 people. It's less than 2,000 people here. I don't know what percentage of them at one time will ever be going to kindergarten, but maybe 180 would be safe, I think. I'll put that right in the middle. Actually, I want to have... Yeah, actually this works. This will be reachable easily. The bus station is another really important thing, but let's place the school first. I can't imagine that being needed. You know what? I could always tear this down and rebuild it if I need to have a school that's bigger. So there's my kindergarten, my school, universities I don't even want to think about at the moment. Police station I won't need right away. City Hall won't need right away. Technical service I absolutely will need right away. But for my water and everything, I'm going to have to do water, sewage, and trash as well here now. In fact... I'm going to need trash to pick up everything from these buildings. So these will only reach so far. 124. This will get a lot of them, but it won't get these far buildings. So I'm probably going to have like more than one. I'll have this one here. For I guess the closer I can get to this side, the better. So my trucks have to travel a lesser distance. I'm going to need 2 of these, and then this one will be maybe for all of the buildings over here. If I could even fit this in. Yikes. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to have to maybe replan that just a tad. I might have to have that right in the corner here, and it will get everything around here, so let's just get rid of the end of the pool for a minute. This waste is part of the new update, so it's planning for it is not going to be the easiest thing. I think that'll cover the majority of these things, though. This guy could reach this building. This guy should be able to reach the remainder of these buildings. Any trash that can't be reached by these two garbage containers, the trucks will come and pick them up separately. And then let's see if I could just replace that pool back where I had it. Yeah, I can fit it there, no problem. No problem. I'm not connecting any of these right now via paths because I need them to pave one of these at a time. In fact, I might as well just pave all of this. No, I don't even want a node there. That's frustrating. Okay, I don't feel like redoing that, so I'm just gonna let that slide. I should have I should have remade that to take out the node. I don't know how to do it for paths though once I construct them. So, oh well. Now, will they get found automatically by my dumpers? Oh, no, you won't, because there we go. 3,000 meters. Same with these. I want you to search very far. Yeah, so you'll already see that. Yeah, so that's green. That means their dumpers will drop off more gravel there. And I should have gravel. Yeah, 50 tons again. So that's going up pretty nicely now. So this whole long stretch is graveled now, which is great. And I think I might even gravel this road. This is going to be... Oh, man. Okay. Hold on. It is snowing. And I think... Okay, I have plows. Let's give gravel roads the priority right now. I don't know exactly how this works. Let's do 95 and 5. And whatever else. So when snow starts covering the ground, yeah, these plows are gonna start paving the way. Now, cars are very slow on snowy roads, which is also not fun. But these guys will go around and hopefully stick to the asphalt roads first. Now that my trucks are going to be driving a very long way, I want these always plowed. So this is good. You can see how slow this guy's going, because there's snow on the ground. I mean, the plow is literally going faster than that guy. Just about. And if it keeps snowing, it'll recover the roads, which is fun. Alright, so he's doing that. These things are probably ready for workers. You're waiting on asphalt. Do I not have the asphalt connected? I don't. Alright. Let's fix that. I don't have asphalt up and running yet, so I need to have that picked up at the border. And concrete is separate. I think that's it. Gravel and asphalt. So now these trucks are going to go drop off asphalt where it's needed. I probably should have looked at that before, but I wasn't paying attention. Okay, this is ready for workers, so I could have workers come and do some of these jobs, and they should be fairly quick. So workers there, there, and there. All the steel is dropped off, so they can finish that. This is done as well, and this needs asphalt, so I'll have this piece done here. And then when asphalt is dropped off here, I will have workers go there. So then I should have water ready for this thing. This needs workers as well. Asphalt plant is done, so I could have now... I could have this distribution office supply bitumen to that factory. Now, eventually, I will want to have a separate container In fact, I technically could set that up now for a little extra money. I guess 15 tons. It would be safe to add a bit of a storage for that. Let's see what size. I think they added different sizes. They did, because some of these were so ginormous that it was terrible. This 90 ton would be totally fine. I could do this. Yeah, this actually works. It's powered, and then I could just have the road go right into that gravel. Let's do that. Then let's connect the pipe. I can go over, or I can't go over that at that height, huh? Even though it's just a walkway. 4 meters, 7 meters. 7 meters is good. I don't know if that's cheaper than going underground or not, but I think that's going to be fine. Oh, it's not very straight, is it? Is that going to bother me long term? Yep, it probably will. So let's just get this pipe somewhat straight. We'll go 7 meters up. Better. Okay. Let's complete you. And then I'll have this road intersect this paved road right here. Done. So now they could drop bitumen off here, and they have a bit of a storage for it. So that way, that means they also don't have to be driving into this asphalt plant. I'm also taking workers here, which I don't want workers going here at the moment. Because it's not active at the moment. But it will be very soon. So let's get my trucks on this since it's close. Drop off materials here and here. And then, yeah, and then asphalt will be online. So that's another thing I don't have to pick up from the border. So my dumpers will not have to travel to this area at all, which will save a ton of time. How are we doing here? They know about that path, and they're probably coming to drop off gravel right now. This will need approximately 34 tons of gravel. And when that's done, I'll start connecting all these other pieces to this. The only other thing I need here, really, I will eventually need police. This is going to be around the time when crime starts happening, with about 2,000 people, maybe a tad more. But I can maybe have police services on the other side of the highway with like a crosswalk. And I might even, depending on how busy my other buildings are, I might even add a whole nother row of buildings here on this side of the highway, because with paved walkways, I'll be able to get to this shopping center no problem from across the highway. The walking distance is pretty good now, so let's get the bus platform. That's going to be the next really important thing. So 500 workers is probably more than enough. 400 might be actually good. So this is one way in, one way out. Now, do I want that? I'd rather almost just have one road for this. Yeah, these are one way in, one way out. 2,000 workers. So this actually fits, but I'll never have 2,000 workers waiting on a platform together. So I think I'm just going to go with the OG vanilla. Even this one would be enough, but what I'll do is I'll just make sure that we're good here with waiting. So 500 should be more than enough. And this will be my other, even though I don't like to have a ton of intersections on the main road, a bus stop is super important. So there's the bus station. Once this is paved, I'll start connecting all these walkways. Everything should be within walking distance. I'm probably missing something. There's a lot you have to set up. I don't have any university, so I'm going to eventually want the small headquarters party, which I could kind of squeeze in anywhere. Yeah, I could squeeze that in right here. This is how I'm going to unlock my first research for distribution offices, which again isn't as important as the technical university because I really would like to uncover the resources, but I'm not even sure I might do that headquarters, the party headquarters, and I'll unlock my distribution offices because I really would like to set up my first industry, and distribution offices are going to be super helpful with that. So yeah, here's my first town. Now water sewage also has to be done. I'm probably going to have a technical office for garbage, and I'm just going to pay to drop this shit off at the border for now. It's going to cost me a little bit more money, but to build a dump right now, it's just going to cause a lot of pollution, and then I'm going to have to empty that dump out later. It would help my trucks from going too far, though, so I could do kind of a little logistics setup where here's all my garbage dump, small dump with claw. So I'm going to need this if I want to transfer garbage. 130 tons. I could probably do something like this where the trucks drop this stuff off, and then I have a dedicated truck bringing it from here to the border. So it never ties up my garbage trucks collecting waste. If anything, if I notice that this is filling up too fast or is getting close to full, I could assign some more full-time garbage trucks to bring it to the border. So I might do that. How expensive are these guys with the claw? 10 tons of steel. It's not very expensive, so I probably will just do large. It's only 4 tons more steel. And this will have to be way far, though. Way far. So my dump trucks will still have to drive a little ways away from town. I think over here would be safe. If I'm going to have the lumber mill here, I could probably do it here-ish. Like right near the highway. I'm just going to keep that there for now. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Do I want my dump trucks just to drive a little bit farther to the border and not worry about dropping it off there and needing 2 sets of trucks? I could move it in a little bit. I really don't know how far pollution will affect. So here's my first residential building. I'll probably just take it from this supermarket. Not even 1,000 meters. I don't even know if that's far enough with this new build. I guess I'll find out with my first town. This could be a bit of an experiment. Bus station, schools, garbage, water. Water is going to be very, very, very important. The small water well will be plenty, and I don't need workers, so I could kind of have this up wherever I want, truly. So, I think here. Let's do here. 95%. There's a walkway here. I'll kind of have this dirt road kind of come up to it. So now that's like, that road is connected, and then what I could do for work is this won't need any workers, but my purification plant will. So that will be within walking distance from my town. So water treatment, small for sure. This doesn't produce pollution. So I'm going to have that right here, and this is going to be pretty close to the road here because I'm going to have to get chemical deliveries here. And I probably will do something like this so I could... Do I want to flip it? Yeah. Yeah, I like this right here. Yep, so the walkway can connect down to that path. and the road will connect to my delivery road, essentially. So here's going to be another road for deliveries. So yeah, this is going to be actually pretty busy. I'm definitely going to want to pave this. Now that this is paved, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to pause it. And I'm just going to unhook these roads temporarily. That will have to be a node because I don't want to repave. And then this is fine. I don't need to have this graveled all the way up to there. So these two pieces, I definitely want graveled. This is going to be pretty busy, and then I'll reconnect everything after. That's fine. So hopefully my dumpers will pick that up. Start doing that. Now let's connect. Oh, I hate that. It's not straight. You son of a gun. Let's just kind of... That's going to be fine. So that piece will be graveled, and then all the little pieces will connect to that. Oh, is this separate? I guess that's separate, that little curve. I didn't realize. One annoying thing with this game is that you can't get mechanisms on pieces that are too small. So if this road or walkway is not long enough, it will not be able to send a mechanism here, which means I can't use a bulldozer, I have to use workers. And I don't really have the infrastructure yet to set up workers yet, so... Oh, I can't do that right now because I'm doing this. That's fine, that's fine. God, pave that. Yeah, we're looking really good here. So when this is done, I'll probably do a temporary dirt path here. And then I'll do a quick connection. Oh no, really? Oh, that's the path, okay, duh. Yeah, this works, this works. So the trucks will now be able to drive up this dirt road and like deliver to all of these buildings, which is exactly what I want. So in the meantime, I suppose I could have, let's see if this asphalt is ready to go. This these other buildings. Are you ready for workers? Yes, you are. So let's get that done, and then I'll have asphalt hooked up. Workers, you go here. Workers also ready for here. And then I'll set this distribution office to bring bitumen here, and then my asphalt is going to be good to go with workers. We have 160 tons of gravel. These are done now. This needs workers, and this needs workers. Excuse me. Alright, that'll probably be the last thing I do for tonight, is just make sure this construction area is done, and then this is going to be good timing. Once those two buildings are complete and operational, they will be used to supply all of the materials for my first town. So asphalt I'll be making, concrete I'll be making, gravel I'll be making. And then it's going to take a bit of foreign workers to finish all this stuff, but as long as... Where are you going? Oh, you're going here. As long as I get this first town up and running, then that'll be the end of the foreign workers. And then I'll work about, once I have my own workers, I'll get wood set up. And then my first money-making factory, which will be this. I don't know if this is going to backfire with the importing of chemicals, but I'm probably going to do something like this. So I'll have my wood delivered right to here. I'll have my sawmill. So I'll have lumber for construction as well. So that's the boards part that I'll be taking care of. So I'll have concrete, gravel, asphalt, boards taken care of. Steel I don't make until a later game. That's probably also locked behind research. So I'll be spending a lot of money on imports until that's done, which is fine. I'll have my dump here. I don't know if workers care about pollution, because if they're working in a polluting building, I don't know if it's only where they live or it only affects water. I'm not exactly how that works, but that's something that I forgot to set up too. Let me just plan this out quick while those other buildings finish. So for water, I'm gonna need a water pump. Let's kind of do that situation. I might kind of build a second one here in case I need, if I'm not producing enough water, I could have 2 inputs coming from this pump. So that's going to go directly to water treatment, and then if I want to do that, so I have fresh water coming from there into pumps, going into the water treatment, and then from here I need a pump out of here. And that doesn't, I might as well put that super close. Yeah, the walkway is on the right side, that's fine. So we're gonna have a big pipe coming from the water treatment to the pump, and then from the pump I want to go into a tower. Now, I can't imagine a world where having more water storage isn't a good thing. And for 15 steel in this first town, I think it's probably worth it. So from this pump, we're going to fill up that water tower. And then from this water tower, and I know this looks like a lot, and it kind of is, but it's fine. We'll have a switch. Big pipe into the switch. So this is all pressurized, and then from the switch I could have it go to substations. And that is what, I mean, I could essentially almost power, I mean, not power, but provide water for this whole area. So let me do that. I don't know if I could put this next to the dump. Is that going to mess with my water? Or the garbage? I really don't know. This could backfire, but I'm going to do it for now. The walkway is there. That's fine. So we'll do a medium from that to that. Right under that building. So there's my fresh water for this area. Okay. Sewage is also going to be a thing. Sewage is a lot easier, I think, especially if I know where I'm going with it. So this is sewage has to use gravity to basically move it along. You don't really have pumps like you do for water. You do have these. These are pumps that I typically don't have to use. They have different length pumps, so that will create your in is lower than your out always. But I might not need to do that. So let's just put the sewage, I guess, right in this middle. I think it could probably handle all this. Yeah, this actually reaches pretty far, so this is probably going to be fine. And because I'm collecting everything through this one pump, I might as well just build. I can't imagine needing that much. I'll probably regret using this later. I can't imagine needing more than 75 per day. let's look at this now. So this kind of shows me my slope. So my sewage pipe is on this line. So as long as I go down, so I could go to this middle line for my collection switch. So I could have a, if I do need a second one, I could essentially have them all come to this area. Yep, so I have 3 ins. And now I have to have the outlet. Now this I want over here if I can. Which, this is never fun trying to figure this out. So let's try and fix this. Oh, no, I don't want smooth. I want level. So you try to have to get this to be a straight edge, basically. And you have to compress it pretty good. So there we go. That looks like it'll fit. Oh, this way. Not on water. Right. This is where it gets a little finicky. So if it's saying it's on water, maybe I'll bring out some higher land here. Let's try that. Aha, perfect. And I'm gonna just flip it because I want my walkway over there. Okay. Now, is this going to be too close to my town? Probably. 700, actually. I don't know. Maybe it'll be right. I really don't know how far this goes, the pollution. So, is that 700? I feel like it's not that far. I guess this doesn't lie, though. I didn't know if I got an extra point there by accident. 600, yeah, 650. Just about 700, okay. Alright, so now I think that one pipe should reach. And I'll do a thick pipe for this, so I don't know. Medium to here. That's downhill, and then thick pipe all the way down to the water. I kind of have to be careful how I manage this because it always has to be going down on a gradient, but I don't want to go... There we go. Let's go middle. So this should be good. You know, going up the slope all the way. I kind of like that. And if I need to add more, I can. I could add any more along here. I almost maybe want to connect this to the middle, so I have both middles used. So if I need to go right, I can. If I need to go left, I can. Because I might want more stuff here. You know what? I'll keep 2 open on the left. I could always cross over if I want. Yeah. Nope, I'm going to change my own mind. I'm going to go in the middle. Middle. There we go. Because if I honestly need more industrial things here, I have another connection on this pipe here. So I could have a whole new separate sewage area coming from this industrial spot. So I like the idea of keeping my right and left options open. So that's water, sewage, and then trash. I need a technical office for now. But that's all planned out. So let's just mark all that as ready to build. This road is done, so this is great. I could connect everything back up to it. You. And yeah. That is all she wrote for the town for now. I'm sure I forgot something, but I'll add to it after. And then I'll have my workers start working on this guy. This is done now. So let's say this is going to be bitumen only. And what I'll do is have this tanker. I might need another one of these because he's also taking care of all my fuel delivery, but I'm going to say unload there. And let's keep it 90 tons. I mean, there's no reason not to keep it fairly full. So let's say 60? 70%. You know, building is going to be a huge part of this moving forward. So, yeah, I'm going to be using that all the time. And we'll see if this guy starts falling behind. I'll probably add another one because I will be going through fuel quite a bit. Oh, this is a gas station, right? Because I have power now, I could actually have a proper gas station. So this is going to be great. Now I might want another bus of workers coming here too. I don't really want this ever to be not working. So obviously right now there's no workers here. It's also because it's snowing that it's taking longer. But I might want to have 2 of these microbuses dropping off workers, so there's always like some kind of overlap. And I would love to have them on a schedule that they are always 100% opposite of each other. You shouldn't be on the mud road because there's plenty of asphalt roads to plow that you're ignoring, but okay. I wonder if that is set to go that far. No, it's only 1,000 meters, 2,000. I don't really have enough trucks to go farther than that, but I would love him to pave a little closer to, or we just wait till March, end of February, forget when the snow melts, but that'll be a good time to actually start building all this stuff. I wanted to at least put down just the technical office because that is going to be really important for trash. And where are you? Maintenance, technical services. Yeah, I think a spot for 8 vehicles would be probably sufficient for this town, and then I like the idea of having it right here. So right on the main road. What I'll do is actually, I'll kind of just have this, in case I want to go somewhere else with this road, and not have it just go into a dead end. I'll have the technical services go off of that. But still close enough to the highway that it's good. Perfect. So here's all my trash collection. This will be my plows over here. Any buildings that aren't getting fresh water or sewage collected, I can have these trucks just as a backup to do that. I could also do a drop-off point here. That wouldn't be a bad idea, so I could just dump sewage. Sewage loading, unloading. So if I did this and then put that right into the dump, right into the sewage water. I mean, I'll never need that much with truck drop-offs, but the medium would be fine. Probably the small would be fine, but is it that much cheaper? Yeah. So this is something I could do for my industrial areas so I don't have to pay to export that sewage. And since there's a road here as well, and I'll gravel this, but Actually, don't have to have that so close, because gravity will be fine. So let's just fix that, and then we're going to call it. Let's get rid of that road. Let's get rid of the sewage pipe. So I will put the drop off closer to the road, since I have the slope to work with here. No problem. And just as before, I don't want to block this main road, so I'll kind of have this go right past it, and then we'll do something like this. So if I want to kind of do anything with that later, I can. And then sewage pipe. Yeah. Come on. Of course, now I'm going to kind of be in the way of... Yeah, I knew that would annoy me. Do is hook into this far right one, and then with this guy, done. Much neater. And now trucks have to drive a lot less distance to get to that. Oh, you know what? I didn't set up power for this area, but that'll be another time. All right. A lot planned, a lot paved. I will probably end up paving this piece as well. And then I'll have a graveled road all the way up to the bus stop here. And I'll pave that middle piece at some point once I get some workers, though. It's important also to have all these things off, or else the game will automatically buy. In fact, I think if I shut this off, it would have defaulted that, but yeah, get citizens. That should be off. I should have shut that off earlier. Now I have to manually... Basically, if you finish a building in this game, it'll automatically import workers from outside of your area. So if you're not ready for the workers, but you want to build the buildings, the game will just import them anyway. So you might, for example, finish your apartment complex, but you won't have like your grocery store, so people will move in and then they'll all starve to death. So either you build these last, the very last thing, or you just shut this off and it won't import them on their own. Okay. Looking good. We got bitumen in here, so this factory is going to be ready to roll. And look, this is just about done. So it just got all of its materials delivered. The bus should be going to pick up workers right now, and then my concrete is done. Same thing, I could build a storage container for the cement that you have to bring here for the concrete plant. And it's good to have storage of that as well, so we're really close. 315 tons of gravel, so we're straight on that. So yeah, I might even kind of decommission one of these trucks after we get full, and just have one truck waiting. We'll see. I think we're going to be going through gravel for quite a bit, but just to save on gas, I might kind of decommission one of these guys in the meantime. Workers are here already, so this will be done in no time. And it's spring, so it's a great time to have this all done. All right, until next week.